Welcome to video 20 in a series of introductory videos for the InventorCam CNC programming software. This video's topic is the cutoff toolpath, or more commonly known as part-off. So the part-off is essentially a similarly programmed toolpath to the facing operation that you would have seen in video 16, in that we're really just going to choose a piece of geometry that represents where we'd like to run the toolpath in the Z coordinates, the Z axis. So once again, as always, I'm just going to right-click on my last operation. I'll go to Add Turning Operation, and we'll go to Cut Off. The workflow for the InventorCam toolpath is the same as all the other ones. We're going to start with the geometry. So I'm going to go to New Geometry, and we're going to do a part off. So I need to rotate this part around to get this edge right here, this line. This line represents where I'd like to take my part off tool and engage the material. So I'll just click on the green check mark there. As we've seen before, we'll go to Modify Geometry and make sure I auto extend to the start and the end. Click on the green check mark. We'll go to our tool, click on Select, and I'm going to add a tool, and I'm just going to choose this grooving tool. Now, I could define this tool to make sure that I have enough reach on my shank to make sure I can reach to the center line. But if I'm reasonably sure that the part is set up correctly, I'm just going to choose Insert Only, meaning that I just want the tool to be represented. I'm not going to do any collision detections against the shank. Click on green check mark, make sure that's mounted correctly. Levels is the safety distance away from the updated stock. Technology is where we have the main parameters of this toolpath. In this case, we can do a part off externally or internally. Tool side is which side of the geometry that I chose we'd like the tool to do the machining. So in this case, with the XZ plane as such, left side means this side of the chain. So we'll say left side. But we have the options of right or middle. Step down. With any type of grooving tool, you'll see that you have constant or single. In this case, we're going to go with single. We're just going to do one pass, and we'll actually control that using the grooving parameters. Okay, so release after cut, and the offset Z is if I want to leave some material on the part as it does a part off. So let's say we leave about 10 thou material so that when I flip this around, I can face off the part. Corner allows me to add either a chamfer or a fillet on the edges before I do the part off. So let's say we add a chamfer, and then we get the chamfer parameters over here. I'm just going to say 45 degrees with a 5 thou Z distance. Link is just the approach points. If I do a save and calculate, again, when I define the tool, I'm just going to make sure that it matches this material and this machine. So I'm just going to put in something very small, do a save and calculate. And if we take a look at this, before it does the actual part off motion you see there, there's one little pass there that's adding a chamfer. Now you see it does it only on the one side. If I go back to my technology, I'm going to say not just on the left side, so the part that remains in the chuck, not on the right side, not the part that I'm about to take off, but on both. And you'll see that in the bottom left corner. So left side would have been the part that remains in the chuck. Right side is the part that's about to be part off, or both. And as I do that, do a save and calculate, and you'll see that it generates a toolpath that does a chamfer on both. If we take a look at that inside simulation, play that through. If we zoom in on the parted, let's actually put in a larger chamfer so we can actually see that. And I'll slow that down so we can actually see what it does. So it just machines a little bit of material, and then it does the chamfers on both sides before it does the part off. Now my graphics card, I could probably step it up a little bit so we can actually see that better, but you can see that it adds the chamfer there. So essentially all this is part off. Really is just for removing the part from, let's say, a piece of bar stock that is still in the jaws. Any other questions on this or anything else you see inside the InventorCam videos, you can always call us at 1-866-975-1115, extension 2. You can send us your parts and your questions via the ticket system at solidcamsupport.com, or stay tuned for the rest of the videos in the series of videos or on the YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.